So section 522, we're going to take a look at something called synthetic division. So we're going to divide a polynomial using this polynomial synthetic division. Now, when our divisor is linear, that's important. When our divisor is linear, that's the only time you can use synthetic division, is when that divisor is linear. We can use this process of synthetic division to be able to reduce it. So, setting it up. What we do is we take whatever the quote-unquote 0 is here, and I use quotes on it because we don't know if it's actually a 0, but we understand the idea is whatever that value is, you set it equal to 0, and you solve. So 3. And we put that in this box. Then you take the coefficients of every term, 1, 2, negative 13, negative 6, and you put the coefficients of every term. You have to remember placeholders if they exist. And then you follow a very simple pattern. You're going to add straight down, and then you're going to multiply whatever's in the box and put it in the next space. So 1 plus 0 is going to be 1. So we add straight down. Then we multiply. So I'm going to take that 1 and multiply it with the 3. So 1 times 3 is 3. You put that in the next spot. You just repeat it again. Add straight down. 2 plus 3, 5. Then we multiply. So 5 times 3, that gives me 15. We put it in the next spot. And then we add straight down. Negative 13 plus 15 is 2. And then we multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. You add straight down. Okay, so now we have divided. The dividing part is done. Now we just have to interpret this. That's the important piece. We have to interpret this. This value here is always your remainder. This next value is your constant. And then we just count up from there. So then the x, and then this is x squared. Another way of thinking of it is whatever your degree is, you're going down 1 from the degree. So instead of starting at x cubed, you're going to start at x squared. But usually just knowing that this is your remainder and then counting up from there is very helpful. So if I wanted to write my answer, right, I have 1x squared plus 5x plus 2. That's the division. So let's look at another one, setting it up. We take the 0. If I were to set this equal to 0, you're going to get x equals 1. So we take 1 and we put it in the box, and then now we write the coefficients. So 3, negative 2, and 1. We follow the pattern. Add straight down. We multiply. 3 times 1, add straight down. Multiply. 1 times 1, add straight down. Now we interpret. Remainder, constant, x. So it's 3x plus 1, and then plus my remainder, which is 2 over by whatever you divide by. So in this case, 2 over x minus 1. That's our answer. Get another one, setting it up. So remember, we have to set this equal to 0. So you get x equals 3. So we put the 3 in the box. We have our coefficients, 4. Now notice I don't have an x squared, so I have to include the placeholder. If you don't include the placeholder, it will be wrong. So 4, 0, 2, negative 3. Think of it as a counting down. 3, 2, 1, 0, right? Like, that's how you know you need to include the placeholder. It needs to count down like that. So you follow the pattern. Add straight down. Multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. Add straight down. Multiply. 12 times 3 is 36. Add straight down. 38 times 3 is 114. Add straight down. So working backwards, this is your remainder, constant x squared. So 4x squared plus 12x plus 38 plus 111 over x minus 3. And we can kind of check, because that's degree is 3, it went down 1 degree. It's kind of a way to check if you wrote it correctly. Go ahead and practice this one. Go ahead and pause it, try it out, and then you can check your answer. Now for this one, go ahead and just check setting it up. This would be how you set it up before you do your synthetic division. So what did we learn today? We talked about how to divide a polynomial using synthetic division. Now if you think about it, the nice thing about the synthetic division is it's quicker. So the synthetic division is a little quicker when we go through and do it, but there's a downside to it, and it has a requirement. And that requirement is that it has to be a linear factor that you're dividing by of the phrase x minus 3, like x plus 1 or x minus 5, right? These are linear factors. If you're dividing by x squared or x cubed or anything like that, you cannot use synthetic division to divide. This does conclude our lesson. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments.